Broadway Ready, a series of short interviews to get everyone excited about Broadway coming back. I'm Thomas Ellenson, your host. I have one of Broadway's biggest stars here to help me kick off this series.
Yeah.
Wicked humorous and wicked talented. Two-time Tony-nominated actor, Alex Brightman.
Yeah.
What up?
How did you keep busy over the past year? Thank you so much for doing this. How are you?
Okay, I'm going to answer all those things in order. I'll do them in reverse order. I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired, but in that good way that feels like I deserve to be tired. Yeah, because I think I've done, like, over the last year, even though I wasn't able to do my show, which I miss, and I see all the playbills behind you. I used to put playbills in frames and put them up on my wall too. We're very alike, you and I. Also, I see my face up there, School of Rock. I've been really lucky that I'm not just an actor, right? I'm like, I do some writing and I do voiceover as well. And so I was able to do some of that over the time of COVID because you could do that by yourself. And that was really nice because I think if I was just an actor, me specifically, because I think some of my friends dealt with it amazingly, but if I didn't have anything else that I did, I think I would have lost my mind a little bit. So there's that. And so the second thing in reverse order is you're welcome for doing this. It's my pleasure. You don't need to thank me. I really enjoy hanging out with you. And it was nice to see you at Elsie Fest. Did you have a good time there? That was fun, right? I was watching the Elsie Fest thing and all of a sudden I was like, is that Tom? And then, oh no, that was it. I answered the whole thing. Yeah, that was it. That's my answers. I did it. I did all three.
Did you ever do any theater online over the past year?
Oh man, wasn't a lot of that so not fun to watch?
Yeah.
I'm so happy, and I mean this. I am so happy that people jumped and didn't tiptoe. They jumped into trying to keep making theater like the day after theater went away. That was crazy. Easy now. And I think that, yes, I did, I think a couple of different people's readings. You know what I ended up doing the most actually was I opened myself up to some college students, some colleges, and said if they had anything they were writing and they wanted me to be a part of their readings, I would do it. And so I did a couple of those, which were really fun because it was like, you know, it was just for them and they got to hear their material read out loud and I got to meet some new writers. But for the most part, no, I stayed kind of away from the online theater thing because I think I'd have a hard time doing it. I really like live theater. I think that theater absolutely can be whatever it needs to be in any possible way. And theater is always changing. But I had a really tough time getting myself, even when I was watching some of it, it still reminded me that we were in lockdown in our homes. And it was a little tough. I mean, I like being in a live theater because it's a shared experience. So this was like shared virtually, but then when the screen went dark, here you are alone. That's just the police coming to get me, by the way. That's just, this interview is already so white hot that we're getting the fire engines coming. Wait, can I say one thing? I love the mix of playbills you have behind you is so random and so wonderful. I love on a very personal level that you have Finding Neverland and also Holler If You Hear Me in the same row. That is so funny to me. My friend F. Michael was an understudy in Holler If You Hear Me. I got to see that, Joe. Did you see Holler If You Hear Me? So did I. It was on Broadway for such a short time. I haven't met a lot of people that have seen it, but I really liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Give me 5 things about what's most exciting about Broadway coming back.
Oh God, outside. Oh, I mean, I could talk, this could be the next 40 minutes if you'd let me. All right, 5 things. So first of all, instant feedback, right? From a crowd. Like that's the reason I think I'm always drawn to doing theater. Number one is it's live. I want to be on stage in front of, I'd be on stage in front of 10 people. I don't care, but I like when it's hundreds of people. And I like it because if I think I'm funny and people are laughing, it confirms that I'm funny. So that's that instant feedback. That's number one. Number two, hanging out with my friends. I miss my friends. A lot of my friends are in shows that I'm in because those are the people I see the most and then become more of a family. And so I really love doing the show, but I really love getting to the show. I love getting to the theater and seeing everybody. And I love the whole community aspect of that. Number 3, money. And number 4 and 5, also money. No. I mean, it's nice to have a job. I mean, I'm excited that, if and when, any other show that I'm allowed to be in comes back, it is always nice that, I'll do any show really, but it's nice to have a job. So that's number 3, is that I'm glad that jobs are coming back. Number 4, I'm excited for the fans. I'm excited for them. I'm not excited to go. I mean, I'm excited to see everybody, but I'm excited that fans will have their thing back, because theater just didn't disappear and take it away from the actors. It took it away from the fans. And I'm a fan. I miss theater. I can't wait to go back and see a show. And so that's 4. Oh God, running out of okay, 5. Let's think. 5. You know what it's going to be? It's going to go along with number 1, but it's different. Live music. I really can't. The idea of listening to if and when Beetlejuice comes back, right? And I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. But if it comes back, getting to hear that first downbeat, bah, bah, right? I will I just sent shivers up my spine right now. So I can't even imagine the live music of it all. That's number 5. Yeah. I'm excited to have you in the audience. Number 6 is I'm excited to have you in the audience. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you off the list.
I have a question for you about one of your skills.
Okay. What's the question?
You're so good at interacting with the audience. How did you develop that skill?
Anxiety. Always self-consciousness. So the real answer is the reason I prefer theater is because it's live, right? Because I like if I'm being funny and people are laughing, everything is right in the world for me, right? So when I was in high school, I did improv. Right. I did improv comedy and I didn't know what improv was. All I watched was Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I thought that was improvising. And it was the only place you could do it. And then I went to high school and there was a teacher there who also taught the improv team and sort of saw me, goofing off and thought I'd be good. Maybe I could channel that energy into something positive rather than wasting everyone's time in class. And so I learned how to be a better improviser. And thinking on my feet turned out to be a really big skill of mine. So being able to be on stage and not know what's going to happen, but be okay with that is a very special skill, in my opinion, because a lot of people need to know what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say this, and then you're going to say this. But my favorite time on stage is when somebody forgets a line. I love it. And I live in those moments and I relish them because we're going to be fine. Everyone thinks it's the end of the world. It's not. We're going to survive that. By the end of that day, we're all going to go to bed. So if we can get past it and really find something interesting there, that to me is way better than just doing the same old show every once in a while. And when it comes to different audiences, that makes the show different for me every single night. So I crave parts like Beetlejuice
Yeah.
because I get to do the thing I would want to do anyway, which is to like see what makes people tick and then try and make them tick. I like to, if I, you know what I really like, Thomas, honestly, is if I feel as if sometimes this happens, it doesn't matter the show. If I feel like the audience isn't all the way on board with me yet, and I try to find a way to get them there. Like if I feel like I've lost them or something, or like, you know, sometimes before the show, we have like an emergency or something, you know, like there'll be somebody who has, you know, they passed out because it's too hot or whatever. And the audience is in a weird mood. So then the show starts in a weird place. So it's fun for me to try and get an audience back on our side. And when we succeed, that's like the greatest thing in the world. So I hone those skills a lot. You know, I when I can, when it's not COVID times, I practice all the time. I mean, I think about improvising. I think of ways to turn bits. You know, it's a full-time job that nobody pays me for all the time. What else? I'm so happy to see you, by the way.
Thank you so much for doing this from the bottom of my heart.
You know, honestly, that sounded insincere. That's not it. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah.
That's it? I thought there'd be more. Well, okay. I mean,
I'm Thomas Ellenson, signing off. Until next time.